Here, what is shaking? What is this amateur hour on Mornings Alive with Keith and friends? Yeah. Hey, what's shaking, everybody? We are back at it. The morning loop is getting in or getting at her. Woo, baby! Hey guys, you guys hit the snooze button? I sure as hell did not. No, I didn't. I know Chad Rawlings didn't. Hey, Chad, 4 times the charm, brother. 4 times the charm. 1 time, I can't figure it out. 2nd time, didn't read the instructions. 2nd time, 3rd time, well, I don't know. But we got Chad Rawlings joining us today on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and friends. Good morning, everybody, on the biggest morning show on the planet. We get after right here at 8 o'clock Eastern time. YouTube, LinkedIn, X. We're talking business mindset today, from nothing to something, from 0 to millions. That's a true story. Getting up on the show today. And got a bunch of, just a little warning, you guys here. I'm just getting a little of my notes here today. This is an R-rated show. So I just want to lay it out there on the lines here that there are things that might be said that might offend children, and it might offend some reasonable adults. Yeah, so just put the headphones in or walk out of the room, or tell the kids that, hey, it's summertime, guys. It's an education in new words. Yeah, true story. Coming up on today's conversation, we're going to dive into the unexpected science behind height and marital bliss. Yes, apparently if you're short, you get all the hot chicks. That's why I got the hottest chick on the planet, my baby Lauren. Yeah, baby, what's going on? Living longer this weekend, Johnny. I'm living longer this weekend. I got a lot of life in front of me now, baby. I got lots of life in front of me now, Johnny. I'm telling you right now. You think Johnny, you think you're living longer after last Thursday's dip, brother? Well, hey, man, I think I might be fucking racing it to the end, my friend. I think I see you looking at me. And it gets better. Stick around for an incredible stage interview with Chad Rawlings, the guy who turned AI-powered sales strategies into a $100 million business by crushing the growth ceiling. Plus, for all of the fitness fanatics out there, yeah, that guy over there is sitting on his ass, not just waiting to get up. We've got a workout secret that'll revitalize your morning routine in the Morning Loop Reloaded segment coming up. What's going on, Greg? Should I buy a bidet? Yes, you should, Greg. You should buy a bidet. We got Johnny Anderson, the bidet expert, joining us here. No, it's Greg. I invite you to hang out, man. We're going to ask Johnny some questions about the bidet. He's the bidet expert, so we're going to get that one. Holroyd, good morning. Good morning, B-Drive. Good morning, Lady Drew. Good morning, Greg. I'm glad you're sitting on your ass. Jimmy, let's bring in Johnny. We got a bidet expert, man. We got to rope the guy in right now. Let's bring in Johnny, who's the bidet expert. Johnny. Anderson, how are you, pal?
I'm great. I got a perfect way for everybody to understand this bidet thing, because until you've experienced it, you just don't know. Yeah. So let's just say, for some reason, you had to pick up a turd. Dog turd, human turd, doesn't matter what kind of turd. Yes. Then you were given a roll of toilet paper to clean your hands.
Yes.
And that's it. That's what most of you all do.
You know,
I mean, think about it. If you didn't have water and fucking soap and everything else to clean your hand, you'd just be walking around with your hand as far away from your face as you could get it.
Is it bad that I've never thought about you so much whenever I go for a dump? Like, dude, I'm just constantly thinking. Twice a day at least, I'm thinking about you. I'm just thinking there must be a better way.
Brother, you think about me more than when you're on the toilet. Let's be honest.
I go into the fridge, I see eggs with your head on them encouraging me to eat protein. I go to the can and I think I'm seeing a bidet. I go into my gym and I think I'm seeing John Anderson in the mirror. Dude, you're all over the place in my world, my friend. And our audience notices, like, oh, you and Anderson have a little chemistry. I'm like, oh, yeah, baby, we're chemistry 101. John Anderson, Keith Bilous. Morning to the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, getting after daily, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Hey, Johnny, I got something to tell you about Coca-Cola coming up today. I got some world news about Coca-Cola coming to tell you later today in the show.
I have no fucking clue what you're going to say, so this is perfect.
I know you don't. And I know you're going to be really happy with the Coca-Cola news coming up later on in the show. And hey, dude, we got Chad Rawlings on the show here today, 4th attempt. He's going to join us here in a number of minutes. The business mindset from ideas to millions. We're going to have that conversation on the show as well here today. But hey, I have to ask, how was your weekend loop? Yes, the weekend just expired. It's because we didn't spend time together. That's how I know it was the weekend.
God damn, I know. Another fucking weekend. Well, here's what happened yesterday. So I basically, I guess to sum it up, I had an awful night's sleep. I ate too much. Yeah. Right. Yes. And again, testing and trying to create new different. Anyway, long and short of it is I ended up eating my stomach, just the volume was too big. And I haven't overeaten since I've been using Retatrutide. I haven't overeaten in over a month.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, the overeat. I mean, I recognized the feeling. My brain recognized it, and I was like, it welcomed it, right? But my body was like, dude, you haven't done this for a while. It's like if you haven't drank, let's just say that you're a fucking alcoholic and you didn't drink for a month, and then you drink, it fucking hits you.
Oh, yes.
Dude, I was like, it was awful. I mean, I felt like I was going to shit my pants and throw up all at the same time. And it was like, I went to bed. Dude, I had nightmares. It was terrible. So yesterday, needless to say, I was just a mess because I had such poor sleep.
You just felt horrible.
Well, the crazy part about this was I was thinking to myself, yeah, I felt terrible. My night's sleep was awful. And I was like, I used to do this to myself often, almost every night I would eat. So, I mean, I would eat not to the point where I got sick, but I would eat to the point where I had overeaten. That was one of my biggest struggles before Retatrutide.
Yeah.
At night, the last meal.
Yes.
And I was like, holy shit, you've been doing this to yourself for fucking 50 plus years, dude. Jesus Christ.
And what I'm finding fascinating about this is that you found yourself going through it, eh? Like you asked this weekend, you were eating, and why didn't you stop while you were doing it?
Well, because I was basically I was testing, right? So, So as we talked about, for me, fasting, is a test of discipline, not losing weight.
Yes, right? Yes.
And I was like, your Retatrutide really changes a lot of what's going on in terms of hunger signals. And I was like, okay, so now that I'm using this stuff, a lot of these guys that use it are fasters, right? I was like, these motherfuckers fast like 3 days. It seemed like to have no problem doing 3 days. I'm thinking to myself, holy shit. That's something I honestly question if I could silence the fat boy long enough to do before Retatrutide. So I'm just going to do a 24-hour. I've done that many times before and just compare it. Dude, it was a fucking piece of cake. It was so easy, right? But every time I finish one of those, I always eat a big meal trying to replenish.
Yeah.
And so the mistake I made was I ate a fairly big meal. My stomach was kind of there. And then I drank this full, 2-cup fucking protein, egg white protein. And the volume just hit so fast. It was just like, it was a volume issue, right? And that's why I ended up overdoing it accidentally.
Yeah. We're here in John's Eating on the weekend. Mornings in the Live with Keith, John, and friends, getting after every single day here, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Hey, you guys can join the live conversation, and some of you do. I invite you to do so. 1-431-300-3005, 1-431-300-3005. We've got Chad Rawlings joining us in a few moments. He's wondering if he stepped into 1995. Yes, we have a phone in line here. 431-300-3005. Leave us a voicemail, send me a text, or call the show live on the air. Lady Drew, I see you out there. Holroyd, B Drive, what's going on, everybody in the community? And hey, if you guys are looking to get up after it, 7:30 Eastern time, Matt Roof gets after it every single day. Kindness Rising, some kind content to get your ass out of bed and get you motivated and get after it. Over on the show here. John, we got Chad Rawlings joining us here, coming up in a few moments. You're skilled 2 companies from 10 million to 100 million in revenue in just 3 years. He's said
it's his 4th try. Is he not an IKEA guy?
Yeah, well, we're going to have to ask him how well he does with maps with his wife or how well he does with instructions with building cabinets.
Coffee tables.
That's exactly it. Man, I had a great weekend. I crushed some good food yesterday. I got to tell you something funny yesterday, man. I had a big day planned to go outside and do some physical activity, cut the grass, do some stuff around the house, and then it rained. And then it fucking kept raining. And I was annoyed, Johnny. So it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I was like waiting to get outside and do something. And my body, and I'm telling you, my body was like, well, hey, you haven't done like your thing yet, like you do every single day. Like my body's like, hey, Keith, you haven't done your thing. You haven't got us going. You haven't moved the neurons. And I was like, what the fuck? So I was annoyed. Do you know what I did? I looked in the mirror. I'm like, I'm really grateful for what I can do. I came downstairs to the gym, Johnny. I crushed a massive workout. Lauren comes home. She goes, what are you doing? I go, I'm downstairs in the gym. She goes, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I go, yeah. She goes, why? I go, because I'm annoyed because I couldn't go outside. My body was wondering why you haven't beat itself up. So I crushed a big lift yesterday afternoon just because I needed to do it. And I felt good about that. So I had good food.
I knew you were going to do something. I knew the outcome was going to be getting the job done, but I thought you said I was thinking you're going to say you're going to go get wet.
Yeah, well, so I then before I went to bed, I went. We know that if we have some life expectancy work, we sleep better. So yesterday's day was golden, man. I ate well, trained well, got some life expectancy work. I'm just hopping around like a puppet today, brother. I'm like a puppet, just frolicking around.
Frolicking, I love it. I love it. Well, dude, had we talked yesterday,
yeah,
you would have been like, who the fuck are you? And where's my friend John? Go get him, please. You know?
Well, you know what? Actually, you and I need to send some love to our producer, Jimmy. I got a note from Jimmy yesterday. He's bloated. And I love when people use the word bloated makes me laugh because I know, Jimmy, I love you, man. I don't mean that in a negative way. But bloated can mean so many things, right? So I guess his family crushed some grapes or some water and his whole family's bloated and laid out. So, but Jimmy's here today, crushing it, getting after it here today.
Crushed some what? And they're bloated? Some what?
I think he crushed some grapes and some water because they're trying to find the common denominator within the family because the whole family's sick. And he's like, except for my daughter didn't have something. He's like, we either ate something or we drank something because we're all not feeling very good right now. So,
it's bloated. You know, in America, bloated usually means someone's feeling extra fat and they need some reason to blame.
That's when I hear somebody say they're bloated. I'm wondering if the next term is, I'm feeling some inflammation right now. Oh,
yeah, no, I'm feeling kind of bloated and I think I'm holding water. No. Yeah. You're fat.
Yes, you are fat.
It's like I get this in the peptide world, right? There's a series of secretagogues which helps your body release growth hormone. Growth hormone at a high level will make you hold water, right? High level. Yes. Peptide is not going to fucking get your body release that much that it's going to make you hold water. But people are like, oh yeah, that one right there, it makes me hold water. And then you have a look at them and you're like, yeah, I think there's probably about 99 other things making you hold water as well. That's just the Cheetos you're holding on to.
Including that 1,000-calorie sodium-filled burger that was you thought was good. And nothing wrong with burgers, guys. Just
the wrong kind of burger.
And just don't be calling me later telling me you're bloated after you just crush some good old food there. So, hey guys, what if I told you that the guy who helped scale 2 companies to over $100 million in 3 years thinks AI is actually making salespeople worse? Yeah, we got Chad Rawlings coming up here in a couple minutes. The sales rebel blending psychology with artificial intelligence to fix the sales crisis from inside out. Jimmy, give me 1 second here. Johnny, the weekend's wrapping up. And I got to be honest, man, we talked about the Hulk on Friday a little bit, and I just want to maybe close this one up here. That
the what? The what?
We talked about the Hulk on Friday.
The Hulk. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. And man, there was just a ton of great tributes over the weekend to the guy. And listen, hey, what's going on? Batshit, what's going on? I know the guy had many layers, and some loved him.
So does everybody. Listen, everybody's fucked up.
Exactly correct. And you know what? I saw a great quote yesterday to those that weren't around when you and I are growing up, and I'm even thinking Rawlings. There is a period of time between the 1995 to 1998. There was not a bigger guy on the planet than Hulk Hogan. And I'll just put that out there. And it's hard for people to wrap their heads around that in the world of social, and everything's kind of fragmented. But you couldn't turn any media station on. You couldn't open up a newspaper, a magazine. You couldn't go to a movie theater. You couldn't go anywhere without that guy having an impact on culture. So and you got to remember too, there was a period somewhere in there, I don't remember how it lined up, where wrestling hadn't come out and said yes. So there was still the idea for many people that it was real. Yes. Well, yes. Yeah. Which made it bigger, but on the thing of Hulk Hogan, which made him bigger. But even after that was over, the guy had a fucking cartoon. He had multiple fucking TV shows, had a reality TV show. Crossover. So I just wanted to call it out because it's rare that you have these influences. And I don't know if we're going to have people like Hulk or, it's funny, I had this conversation, Johnny. So you have these humans that have impact on culture. You got the Michael Jacksons, the Hulk Hogans, the Whitney Houston. You get these humans that just have this massive impact. And I don't know if I don't know if we'll ever see people like that ever again. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, but only one of these comes along once in a great while, to outgrow the business that you're in is that's everybody's fucking dream, is to be able to outgrow your industry. And you're seeing one right here on the Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends. Keith Bilous. Yeah, true story. You're seeing it right here. It happened in front of you guys. Absolutely. Johnny, We got a guest coming up. Jimmy, let's get him in here. Let's get Chad Rawlings. Let's run the segment. Let's get it going, Jimmy.
What if scaling companies to over $100 million wasn't about technology, but human psychology? Meet Chad Rawlings, the sales rebel who's turned 2 startups into 9-figure giants in under 3 years. While others chase AI automation, Chad discovered something groundbreaking. AI is making salespeople worse. As creator of the AI sales methodology and founder of PivotSales.ai, Chad blends neuroscience and technology to restore authentic connections, transforming the future of sales. Chad's revolutionizing revenue by putting humans first.
All right. Welcome back to Mornings in Live with Keith and Friends. You got today's guest, Chad Rawlings, the mind behind Pivot Sales AI and the creator of the AI sales methodology. Chad's a 20-year sales vet who's taken 2 companies, Johnny, from the low millions to 100 million plus each in under 3 years. But Chad's not your typical sales coach. He believes AI is breaking reps instead of building them. And he's here to flip the script with a system rooted in human psychology, buyer trust, and a repeatable GTM engine. And if closing Workday as outreach's IO first 7-figure client sounds intense, wait until you hear how he went neuroscience with sales to drive record-breaking results. Jimmy, let's bring him in. The 4th attempt, Chad Rawlings is here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends.
Yeah, what's up, brother?
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. Appreciate you having me on the show today.
Well, real quick, let me just say, one of the things you said that you think that AI is making, taking away or downgrading or whatever the phrase was. I just say I use AI to just the thinnest capacity. But I just want to compare AI to spell check. Spell check came and I can't spell for shit. I couldn't spell well before, but now I really can't spell. I got to go to my phone to see if I'm typing a word corrupt. So anything that AI is helping you do, it's doing so much for you. It's like spell check, supercharged. So I get what you're saying. I want to hear exactly what you're talking about in terms of your industry, but I right out of the gate, I have to say that I agree with you, even from my own personal experience, even from before AI.
Yep. Yeah. The biggest thing that I look at with all of the things that are happening in sales, AI is an amazing enabler. That's what it is. It's any people process technology triangle and data right in the middle. AI is absolutely transforming the way salespeople and way sales deals are put together. But what I've noticed and what I've been seeing in a lot of different use cases is salespeople are getting complacent and starting to use and rely on bot messaging. And the reality is their skill sets in being able to talk and connect contextual insights, contextual insights of what's really going on in that deal. They're relying so much on AI now that they're losing that ability to actually sell and have that human conversation. So that's kind of the premise of what I've been working on for the last several years and with Pivot Sales. It's just the mindset of, hey, listen, when you sit down and talk to somebody, McKinsey did a study and they found this. This is really interesting. That 43% increase in revenue when a sales rep knows how to pivot, or they call it adapt to the personality that you're talking to. That's a whole other, that's like becoming a psychologist, right? So that's kind of what I'm meaning by this whole problem that I see happening in sales. AI is enabling, it's powerful, but when you rely on it wholly and you don't still develop your own sales skills, that's a disconnect. That's just not going to work.
Oh, yeah. Hey, everybody, here's Keith Bilous, John Anderson, and Chad Rawlings. I see you guys in the comments over there. I wanted to quickly get to you guys. Before you leave us, Mike Sullivan, good to have you back, brother. Rest in power. I liked when the Hulk used to say 3 simple, actionable steps. Train, say your prayers, and eat your vitamins. So true, so true. So simple, but so funny. Holroyd coming back saying I was moving some stuff in my storage bin on Friday night, and in a bin of my old toys fell over what was sitting on top of it, a pile of toys, my big rubber Hulk Hogan Hogan figure. That is funny, man. And of course, we got Thor Squad. I'm new to the channel. Welcome, Thor. My name is Gilly from Massachusetts. John, say hi to Gilly. I have a good feeling about this channel, and so does John and Keith here. We get after it every single day. Mike Sullivan, good to have you back, brother. Asiatic, what's going on, brother? And we got Kindness Rising joining us as well. We got Matty Roof joining us as well. Rawlings, you're joining us from Denver today, are you?
No, I'm actually in Salt Lake.
Oh, you're in Salt Lake. Okay, awesome. Okay, I thought that, I see. Sorry, my notes were you help both SAS Stars and the NBA teams. You help the Denver Nuggets, optimize sales pipelines, proof your playbooks, and so forth. How long you been in Salt Lake? Are you a Salt Lake boy, born, raised, and bred?
No, I'm a boy. I was raised in Kansas, so I'm from Wichita area, just north of a little town called Heston. Okay,
and what took you out to Salt Lake, Chad?
You know, a lot of family. My parents were both born and raised Southern Idaho dairy farmers.
Nice.
Just a half mile apart from each other growing up. So this is where I came back to be around them.
Nice. Are you a hockey fan out there with the Mammoth, or are you new to hockey, or is that part of your role?
I do actually enjoy hockey. I probably don't go nearly as often as I would like to, but I do enjoy it. It's a great sport.
Yeah, it's an absolutely fun sport. So, hey, Chad, tell us a little bit about the AI sales methodology. And I got to be honest, man, you know, Keith and Johnny laugh all the time here on the show. Everybody's got a system for something. John's got a system. John is a man full of systems. What makes your AI sales methodology system different, Chad Rawlings, than every other sales system out there?
I love that you're asking this question, Keith. So
that's why I pay the big bucks, brother.
It boils down to one really significant thing, and that is this. Most sales methodologies, they like Challenger, Sandler, you know, spin selling, you name it, whatever that is, they all have phenomenal teachings of strategies, skill sets, and everything. But the reality is that AI has transformed the entire world in what we're doing with sales. And so what we do and we focus on is how do I present my message to this CEO who is a green personality or a red commander or a blue performer? And here's the thing, sales closing techniques.
Yeah.
Our sales rates have not been jumping up over the last 20, 30, 50 years. They've only gone down or stayed level. You stay level because your pitch for your ICP is directly related to appealing to one or two of the different personality profiles. And so when people's brains are confused, they don't make decisions.
Yep.
And so we focus on the neuroscience. Go ahead, Johnny.
I was just going to say a confused mind will not step forward.
Correct.
Well said.
That's exactly right. So that's what makes this different. The approach is, so when I put a deal together, before I even do an interview, I got a process that I go through. I make sure that my questioning and everything is spot on to that personality profile that I'm going to be talking to. That way I know who I'm speaking to and I'm speaking their language. That's what's different between what I do and what traditional sales methodologies have done.
So, Chad, you just didn't fall off the apple truck selling. You've been selling for a few years. And I'm going to ask perhaps an obvious question, but I think one that's quite meaningful. When you show up in front of somebody, we tend to judge a book by its cover. I'm going to suspect, though, as you have excelled at sales, you know, you've helped companies scale to 100 million plus. You've done a lot of judging books by them covers. And I'm going to believe you've been right many times, especially with employing the sales tactics. As you see a woman sitting across from me, you're going, okay, I know what buttons to push with that guy. Am I correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. How did you learn that? Just through reps?
Man, you know what it is? I've never had anybody ask me this question. So that's interesting. So this is what happened. When I first started getting into sales, 20 plus years ago, my dad actually laughed at me. He said, son, you're so empathetic. You'll pay people. You'll pay for it. You'll pay for their premiums. I was in insurance sales.
Yeah.
And he said, you're just not you're not cut out for sales. So over the years now, fast forward, I learned and I evolved. And what happened was about 12 years ago, I started recognizing a pattern in people's approaches, the way they were approaching me. See, the buyers have a system just like salespeople do. And so I started recognizing that the buyer system was not working in my favor, And so I wanted to figure out how to so I started studying psychology. I started looking at what's going on with the human brain. And so it just kind of evolved over the last 12 years as I've every time I would get into a scenario, I'll tell you the funniest story I had. I had a big client when I was at Outreach. It was Workday, and what we did, I contacted psychologically. I found out who the profile was that I'm going to be pitching to and the group. I actually brought an AE, their top AE, into the executive boardroom meeting when we went to close the deal with Outreach, and I had him pitch the deal. When I told him, tell them about your problem that you're having and what it's costing you. And their number one AE in the world. It was a 7-figure deal, and when we got done with that deal, because we had done that right and done our homework and walked into that meeting knowing the psychological impact, it worked beautifully. And my boss was a little scared at me at first when he found out what I had done. I said, no, we're going to have this guy do it. It's not going to be us. They need to hear it from their own people. But I knew that the person we were pitching, that's what they wanted. And so anyway, that's where I knew I was onto something. And so I've progressed with this and built this out and wrote the book.
Yeah. Chad Rawlings joining us this morning all the way from Salt Lake City. Hey, Chad, so what are we all have sales skills. I've been selling, Johnny's been selling, you've been selling. When we sit down and look at the sales skills on a piece of paper, what are the 9 sales skills from your point of view, Chad, that no one's training on?
Let me real quick. I just want to say, anybody that thinks that they're not in sales, think again.
Yeah.
You came out of the womb selling for a tit.
Yeah.
It starts right from the fucking moment you take your first breath.
Well said, John.
Everything is a fucking sale.
So well said, man. So well said. So then let's segue on that, Chad. What are the 9, 7, 5? I got 9 here. What are the 9 sales skills that no one's training on, and why do you think that they matter now more than ever?
Oh boy, now you're asking me to give people the insights of why I want them to buy my book. I'm just teasing. I got to be selling right now, right?
Let's tease it. Let's
no, it's okay. It's okay. I love the question. So here's the thing: reps are trained to follow when they need to learn to adapt. So
reps are trained to follow when they, okay.
And their mindset is, I got to do A, B, C, D. Here's my mutual success plan. Here's what I'm going to do with my evaluation plan, whatever it is. But what they really need to be trained on is, how do I mentally, psychologically adapt to my client and the process that they want to use? And so instead of my process, I need to morph and trick. So that's number 1 skill. So
I'm going to put into real life here. I'm coming to sell Johnny. As I'm talking to John, you're telling me that I need to be listening to cues from John so that I can modify my process to how John's going to buy instead of how I want him to buy from me. Is that what you're saying, Chad?
That is exactly what I'm saying. Correct.
Okay. Because I want to teach. I want to give nuggets. I want to teach your audience.
Yeah. And so, if I may just validate or give you a quick validation. So Forrester did a research on this very thing 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And this is so profound what they found. In their study, they found that reps that can adapt to the personality that they're talking to will close 43% more revenue than their counterpart who doesn't know that skill. That one thing. Yeah. This is the premise of why I started even more validation of why I built the book. I'll give you another one. Leaders that are in the role of selling and being involved in this, they assume reps have time to prepare all the time. And the truth is they really don't. So this is where AI really becomes the enabler in helping prepare the rep for what they're getting ready to do. So you got to teach the rep how to use the AI so that they have time to prepare, because they really don't have it. When you look at all the things they're having to do with CRM and all this, it blows my mind, everything that a rep must do to be successful. So that's another one that's I think another one is they're blind to the digital body language. This is one of the most amazing ones that I feel like has helped my career, is when I'm in a room, you need to be able to read the room before everybody else knows they're even in the room. And
yeah.
And so what's that?
I would say there's it's like a collection of data. There's signals everywhere. All these little things are what you see, what you hear, what you feel. It all helps you gather data. You got a guy you can tell is full of himself. You're going to have to give him a little rub to bring him in. You try to tell him what needs to be done. He'll stand right off. He'll lock horns. Now you got a big fucking problem on your hands.
Yeah.
And what I want to hear what your thoughts on this, because over the years in different businesses, I've had lots of different positions of me selling or helping one of my people sell. So what I tell them, just to kind of really help them understand, is the first thing is I say, look, you got to remember that someone wants to make a choice to buy something. You have to lead them to that place where they're going to make their choice to buy. Don't put them in a position where you're choosing for them. That's not, if they do, if you force them in that corner, they're not going to make, that's not a happy decision for them. Yeah. And then the next thing is sell the fucking white sand beach in the crystal clear water, not the fucking 12-hour plane ride to get there.
Yes.
What do you think about those two?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you're spot on with your comment there. I definitely think that when people are in those scenarios, having the right ability to read the room, read the scenario, it's exactly what you have to be able to do. And the sad reality is, about 12 years ago, my wife and I, this is where this journey started on this side. We invested, a little over 10 grand, about 12 grand. And we went and we started learning how to read body language and why it mattered. My kids, they hated it because every time they lied to me, I could tell it like that. And they called me that I had LIDAR, not radar, but they called it LIDAR. But it's the same thing in the sales, right? So Johnny, you're right on the money. When you have the ability to read it and be able to pivot and be able to sit, that's why I call it pivoting, is you got to pivot to the pain, pivot to the personality. And when you do those two things, that's what generates the ability for you to have more higher close rates and higher successes and rapporting with people and having that communication. It's all about connection. AI is about information and data. It doesn't create empathy and connection. And that's where the skill set, I believe, is being lowered because we are so reliant on this that we're losing our ability to think on our own and that's the danger. And that I bring up when I talk about that.
One more thing I'm sorry, Keith. One more thing. I love you're the authority here. So I'm just loving some feedback on some of the shit that we've used and we do use. So like if you can tell that someone needs the help in this, but you can also see in their personality, they get to the line and they have a hard time taking the step. So the question we'll ask them is, hey, how many years and how much money have you wasted trying to accomplish this, not getting what you want? Is that worth more than what we're asking you to pay to get what you want in the next 6 to 9 months?
Fuck, that's a good question. Oof.
Yeah, I asked that very type of thing. That is absolutely an impact question that when you're talking about business value, business impacts, that is a huge question to get them to I call it doing back of the napkin paper math, right? So the other day I just did this.
I like that.
What's that?
I like that. That's good. Napkin paper math. Because sometimes that's some really helpful shit, man.
Yeah. We were on a sales call with a client this last week. And as we were talking to him, I said, let's help me understand this problem. And then we started talking to him about it. And the reality was I brought it out of him. So you're telling me you've wasted the last year trying to fix this and you haven't solved it. I said, now what's going to happen if I sneak into the boardroom and I have this conversation with them? What are they going to now tell you about this money that's been wasted? Because if you just shared with me, you wasted $700,000 trying to not get the problem fixed.
Ouch.
And I said, so if we go sit down with the board and we talk to them about it, tell me how you think they're going to feel about this. And I'll tell you right now, that is a very painful conversation. And I want people to feel that because that's where they get to make decisions. Pain is a great conditioner for price and change. And if you don't get there, you're not getting anywhere.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. You're hanging out with Keith and John on Mornings in Live with Keith, John, and friends every single day, 8 o'clock Eastern time. YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. Thor Squad, I see your question. I'm going to throw it to Chad here in a quick second. Chad is the creator of the AI sales methodology. He's the founder of Pivot Sales AI. He has scaled 2 companies, not 1, 2. 2 companies from 10 million to 100 million bucks in revenue in just 3 years. And we're going to get to the business mindset conversation in about 15 minutes or so. But Chad, Thor Squad has a question for you, which is, do you have any pointers, Chad, on learning how to read the room before entering the room? And Johnny, I got to think you might even have some pointers for that as well. So Chad, start with you, brother. How would you advise our audience to read the room, judge the book by its cover as you're walking into it? Chad.
Yep. I love it. So I call it social engineering the call, right? So what you do is you actually do your homework. You have to before you even get there. If you have 5 stakeholders going to be in the room, this is the meat behind what happens when you didn't have AI. This is how I used to do it without AI. Now I use some strategies with it, but you got to make some phone calls and you got to do research. So I would call people and I'd say, hey, listen, I'm getting ready to meet with your boss. Tell me about them. Are they, this is they understood the problem. I told them who I was. I would clearly identify so they would want to have that conversation. And I had a knack of getting people to talk. And so you find out about the personality. How do they make decisions? When you go to them with an idea, what do they respond like? So I'd find out that stuff so that when I went into that room, I left nothing unturned. I wanted every stone to be uncovered so that when I talked to people, I didn't have surprises for the most part because I knew how they were going to respond because I knew their personality type. Are they a red, blue, green, yellow, or white personality on the color scale? And that brings about different things. So that's the first tip I would say is learn your audience. Most sales reps don't take the time to learn this skill of how to social engineer their call so they know exactly who they're talking to and know the personality type. So when you learn how to do that, man, there's all kinds of ways that you can use that information to your advantage. So that, Don, I'd love to hear your take on it.
And Johnny, before I throw it to you, and if I can add to Chad's comment, guys, it's never been easier. Hear me clearly, ears up. In the world of AI, we use in this house tools like Perplexity.
Yes.
Unbelievable at doing human research. So Mike McQuillan, I see you, brother. I got a call in about 20 minutes. Johnny, I love this. We got one of our regulars here, Mike McQuillan. I got a call in about 20 minutes. It was supposed to be a get to know you call, but now I'm motivated to get paid. I love that, McQuillan. That's awesome. But I'm telling you guys, a tool like Perplexity lets you get to know somebody like never before. So to Chad's point, you should never walk into a meeting and not know who you're talking to or how to get to know them. But Johnny, I love your skills at your social skills with humans because I've been listening to you over the last year. How do you walk into a room and make that judgment on somebody, Johnny?
Well, it's everything that our man here said is right on the money. But with me personally, there's a layer that I have to get past first.
Okay.
Because I might, let's just say that I was flying a wall and I could see, I could identify everybody's personalities and okay, this is this person. But now I walk in because of my prowess. Sometimes these fucking personalities start changing. That alpha becomes a fucking beta just from a primal level. So I have to kind of figure out, okay, and sometimes I can kind of watch it happen, so I have to figure out, okay, this is what I saw when I came in here. What's changed since they saw me? And at that point, now I got to figure out, okay, this guy stood up, this guy sat down, that makes sense.
It does. Well, and there's a presence with you, like a physical presence. So I'll be honest, Johnny, I'll be honest. I and Chad, I experienced some of my own as I was out there growing ICUC because I would like to think I'd create a presence when I walked through, and people react differently, and you can immediately see an alpha, a beta, or how people react to you. Hey,
well, and on that level, so the second part of what I'm saying is that because the majority of the reaction.
Yes,
they see me, they've judged the book. Yes. Once they hear me talk, now they're going to realign again. And I got to figure out, where did they go now?
Yes.
Because most people look at me, boom, they got this over here. Then they hear me talk, oh, fuck, this guy's done this. He's got a degree in theology and philosophy, and he's started multiple companies, done this, he's done that. He's clearly articulate. All of a sudden, that whole fucking thing starts to change again. So there's just, for me personally, there's just a lot of figuring out where someone moves to and where they come back to so I can do what I need to do.
I love it. Hey, Chad, so I know we had you here for 15 or so. We've kept you for 30. What kind of time frame are you on, brother? Can you stick around for a little bit more? Or do you got to rock and roll?
I got about 10 to 15. I actually have 15 more minutes and then I got to run.
Beautiful. Excellent. So, Jimmy, let's do this. Let's do the lifestyle tip with John Anderson. Johnny can take a break, and then we'll come back and we'll wrap up our segment with Chad. Chad, you're dropping nuggets, man. I know it's taken us a few attempts to get here, but I love what you're dropping on the show. You're dropping nugget after nugget. I can tell our audience is getting a lot from it, so I'd love to keep it going with you if we can. So,
absolutely.
Jimmy, let's do the lifestyle tip with John Anderson, and then we'll break Johnny for a tip. We'll come back more with Chad, and then we'll get into our conversation on the business mindset. So, Jimmy, let's do the lifestyle tip with John Anderson.
I'm going to keep this one clean and simple, but it should really make a lot of sense in terms of from like more of a psychology or a principle theory philosophy standpoint. All right. So there are many battles within a war. You must win many battles to actually win a war. If you lose more battles than you win, there's a good chance you're going to lose that war. Okay. So you've got to realize that your goals, your life, these bigger things that you're after, this is like a war. You're going to have daily battles that you're going to have to face to win that war. Maybe it's the war of life. Maybe it's the war of building a company. Maybe it's the war of whatever you're working on. So what you have to realize is this: to win that war, which is the big goal, the big vision, you must focus on winning your daily battle. Because here's the thing: if you win your daily battle every day, it is almost impossible for you not to win the war of whatever that big thing is, the war of life, the war of building a company. So don't get distracted by the finish line. Don't get distracted by where you want to go. Stay focused on what you need to do today to win your daily battle. And how do you do that? You make sure that you plan properly, meaning tomorrow's victory, tomorrow's success is planned today. And if you back it up to these few simple steps, you'll continue to win your daily battle, which means inevitably you will win the war of life or whatever it is you seek. Rock and roll.
John Anderson Lifestyle Tip every single day, 8:45 Eastern Time, right here on Mornings Online with Keith, John, and friends. Jimmy Jordan's going to sneak away for a quick little break, and we'll let him get off there. We're here with Chad Rawlings, joining us all the way from Salt Lake City. Lady Drew, I see your comments out there. Chad, what would you say is what's the most common invisible mistake you see revenue leaders make?
Ooh, good question. I think one of the biggest mistakes I think revenue leaders make is they're not inquisitive enough on deals. I think we tend to be so busy as leaders that when we sit down and we do it, we hear the rep, they have happy ears, they pass along that information to us, and we're so busy trying to cover our own butt with getting the number up to the management team that making sure that every single thing in that deal is buttoned up and that we know exactly what is happening, what the next steps are, what the pain points are, what the mantra is, and do we have the right decision makers in this? We need to make sure that we truly understand that deal as much as the sales rep does. And I think that's a challenge for time-wise, but it is one of the most critical things because I think salespeople are getting so reliant on AI that they're not understanding those things. And it's why, guys, quite honestly, last year in the US, we had 48% quota attainment across the board in SaaS sales. That's a drop. And it didn't get better. And it is not just economy related. That is a factor, no doubt. But the skill, so I think that's one of the biggest things that leaders should really focus on. Do I know my deals and am I getting involved? I think the other one is getting on the calls with their reps. I think sometimes we're too busy and we think we're busy working that, but we should actually be in the trenches with them if we're a sales leader trying to help drive revenue. So those are the two things I would call out on that.
I love it. I love it. Hey, Chad, we talk often on the show about transformations. Transformation is a big theme on this show, whether it's lifestyle, whether it's fitness, whether it's weight loss, whatever it is. But talk a little bit about, the wildest transformation that you have seen, where a team has adopted, your sales methodologies, the tools that you have brought to the table. Can you share an example of this, Chad?
Absolutely. My favorite one is they're a SaaS company in the PSA space, the professional services automation space. Yeah. And we took that client when I first started with them a few years back. They were at 1.3 million in sales. And we started working with all the SDRs and the AEs, and we started training them how to run proper discovery calls and how to run proper messaging. And we 5x the SDR's performance, and the sales went from 1.3 to 4.2 that first year, and then we went to 12 million the next year. So, you know, having companies that follow this kind of stuff and do what we taught, it absolutely works. It's just, and we did that in a market where it was really tough. And but when you do the right things, business happens.
Yeah. Hey, to everybody in the Mornings in the Lab community here, I got a question for you guys. We're going to try something new here today and throughout the rest of the week here. I'm going to throw some questions back to the Mornings in the Lab community. How can you join the community? You can join the Mornings in the Lab community by simply subscribing to the channel, liking the channel. Join. It's free. Costs you nothing. This is the only daily accountability show that gets up and gets after it every single day. There's two guys on the planet that get up every single day for you guys, Keith Bilous and John Anderson. But guys, I got a question for you. All you sales leaders out there in the community, what's the one thing that AI has made harder in your sales process? Love to hear it from you guys. Drop it in the comments. Let's compare some more stories. Chad, what's the one thing that AI has made harder in your sales process or the sales process of people working with you? Chad Rawlings.
Wow. That is absolutely a question I've never been asked. And I don't know that I have an answer, because everything that I'm thinking of, to be honest with you, Keith, makes it easier. But I'm trying to think. I guess, you know what? I take that back. Here's one that comes to my mind. It's accessing. There's so many different types of AI out there. I have a phrase that I came up with about 2 years ago, and it's this: not all AI is created equal. And so when you look at AI, I think actually the biggest challenge now is, what do I use? Which of my AI tool sets are most appropriate for the job that I'm doing in the moment at the sales stage I'm in? And being able to pinpoint that and find that, I think that's the biggest challenge for a lot of leaders, is how do I know what the right AI is and what I should be using or shouldn't be using so I can accomplish the task? Because the problem with AI is some of it is just automating, and that's it. And then there's other ones that are contextual, where it's following you everywhere you go. It understands, it reasons, it can make decisions. That's the kind of AI you want in your team, not just AI that's automating. That's just automation in a shiny suit. That's all that is. So you have to find the right AI. I think that's the biggest challenge with AI today, is it's so new, but it's still becoming mainstream. You got to figure that out, and that you better figure that out fast too.
Yes. Johnny, questions for Chad before we work on wrapping up for him, brother?
Yeah, I would say in terms of if you had to give a sales rep one question, or one piece of advice so that they could be better moving forward, because AI is only getting stronger and bigger in our world, what would the piece of advice, how one piece of advice to use it in a way that would help them be better at what they do, rather than unknowingly let it kind of choke their skills out, which sounds like this kind of what's happening right now?
Yeah, I would tell them, look, make sure you do your research with AI before going into a discovery meeting, and ask yourself the questions about, how would this person like to have me ask my set? If I have a list of 20 questions that my boss wants me to use, great. That's going to work on 20% of the people I talk to, realistically. So I need to make sure, how do I use that list and devise a way to tweak them based on that person's information that's on LinkedIn or whatever you're doing your research on, to profile them. That right there, if they can change the game on that one, their conversion from first meeting to demos and other meetings goes up, and the quality and the shortness of the sales cycle are greatly enhanced.
Gotcha. So basically you're saying,
Jimmy doing a good job producing the show. We're on the rapid fire. Chad, favorite motivational quote you live by?
Favorite motivational quote? Oh my gosh, I have so many of them. My favorite one is this. It's on my LinkedIn profile. Success, it's a mind game. It's all right here, guys. The gray matter is where it counts. That's my favorite one.
I love that. Most surprising company you've ever worked with?
Most surprising one?
Yeah.
Wow. I would say the most surprising one would be It was InsideSales.com. I think for the fact that I didn't think we were going to be as big as we became. I knew outreach when I joined them at 3 million. I knew we had something special because I'd been in the space enough, and I was right. I found a unicorn there. But Inside Sales, I think, was the one that surprised me the most. The rise and fall. We grew really fast, and we didn't deliver, and we ended up. That was the hardest part. I left because of it. I had a lot of, but I think that was the one. Inside Sales. A lot of disappointment there, and in the way it came down.
Love it. Thor Squad and Soul Rebel, I see your questions. We'll get to them in a quick second. And I know Johnny's got a follow-up as well. So Johnny will get your follow-up here in a quick second as well. Hey, Chad, one song that always gets you pumped up for a call.
Oh my goodness.
True Boys, isn't it? I want it that way. Tell me.
My wife listens to it all the time now. It's the one I can't even remember her name now, but she talks about she's a Ferrari or a Porsche, and I'm trying to remember the name of the song now. I'm Unstoppable. I think that's the one that I like the most right now lately.
Morning routine must have, Chad Rawlings.
Yep. Yeah, that's not one thing that I do every single day, but I do listen to it sometimes.
What's your morning routine must have though? What's your morning routine must have? Your morning routine must have.
Yeah, you know what? I do a vision board and a daily affirmations. I have that in my, so I'm a big believer in vision boards and making sure that you have daily affirmations and just meditation time for myself. I want to make sure that I'm centered and I can listen to it even when the stresses of the day or whatever. You got to have that moment to do that. Your mind has to be refreshed, not just nourished.
AI tool that you love, but you secretly judge it just a little bit.
Ooh, that's a good question. I'd probably say in video.
Yeah, I know it. 100%. Yeah.
I love that one, but I get pissed off at it sometimes because it doesn't give me the exact output I want what I told it to do.
Yes.
And so that one's frustrating for me sometimes, but I love it. It's a great tool. And
before let's go, Johnny, you had a follow-up there, and as we're moving to rapid questions here.
I just was kind of wanted to sum up so it's just easy to digest. So really, you're saying use AI to do research and learn to pivot.
That's a great way to summarize it. Yes, use the AI to research and pivot into the right motion with the right personas. And you will have
based on the personality of the counterparty, correct?
Correct.
Yeah,
that's
perfect.
Exactly right.
Love it.
Awesome. And one of the members of the community, Chad Rawlings, for you, brother. Thor Squad backstory: I'm in college part-time, but work a full-time job as a foreman of a residential irrigation company. Previously, the project manager for 15 years for a commercial landscape company. Follow-up question: I'm brand new to AI sales, Chad Rawlings. What should I check out first? What AI sales tools should I check out first? And AI research to learn to pivot and adapt. Chad, here's a good chance to promote your book, brother.
Yeah. So I think the number one thing that you should look at as a sales rep getting into AI sales is you need to understand number one, what is AI and how does it work?
Yes.
What does it do? And then secondly, make sure that you're understanding ChatGPT and its full use cases and how you can use that tool in so many different ways. Become a master of your craft in understanding that AI tool. I think that's one of the best things that you can do. And then there's so many other cool tools out there that I just don't have time to get into, but you gotta use those tools wisely. And if you learn how to master prompt, I think that's another skill set that salespeople do not have. They do not know how to write prompts, and that's a misfire. But if you learn how to prompt well, that will absolutely set you apart.
Yeah. Chad Rawlings, where can folks connect with you, find you, engage with you, and perhaps hire you or get your book? Chad Rawlings.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate the time. It's been awesome. You guys are an awesome group.
Thank you. Where can we find you, brother? How can we get a hold of you?
You can get a hold of me on LinkedIn, or my cell number. I have that out there. It's on LinkedIn as well. And, pivotsales.ai is my website. So that you can get a hold of me any of those ways.
Awesome. Chad Rawlings, listen, brother, it took us a few attempts to get here, but I got to tell you right now, brother, I'm extremely happy and grateful you spent some time with us today.
Worth it.
Yeah, I agree, Anderson. Nugget after nugget after nugget. And Chad, I hope you'll get a chance to come back and hang with us again sometime, will you?
Absolutely. I'll come back anytime.
Yeah, now I got it, brother. I love you, man. Now that you figured out the instructions and everything, you come back anytime.
Yeah, absolutely. I had to use my AI to figure it out, brother.
Thor Squad. Chad, name of the book for Thor Squad. Name of the book.
What's that?
Name of the book for Thor Squad. He wants to know the name of your book.
Oh, it's called the AI Sales Methodology. It's we're currently doing. I'm launching the pre-sales here in about 2 weeks.
Awesome. Thor, go connect with Chad over on LinkedIn. You can find him there. And if you can't find him there, go find me and we'll connect you with Chad Rawlings. Thor Squad, I appreciate you, brother. I love your hanging out with us and sticking around for the conversation. Chad, we're going to get you out of here. We're overtime, brother. I love you, man. Take care, okay?
Take care, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Chad Rawlings getting out of here today. What a great conversation with Chad joining us here this morning on Mornings and Live with Keith and John and friends every day, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Thor Squad, great questions, brother. Jimmy, let's go to the next segment, pal.
What if everything you believed about making healthier choices was actually designed to separate you from your money? The food industry has mastered the art of selling you the same product twice, once as the unhealthy version, then again as the premium natural alternative. You want to make better choices for your family, but the endless stream of natural versus processed claims creates more confusion than clarity, often leading to expensive purchases that don't deliver the promised benefits. They're carefully crafted marketing strategies that exploit our psychological biases. The results consistently challenge what we've been told to believe. Stop letting marketers exploit your desire to be healthy. Start making choices based on science, not sales pitches.
All right. I got a good one for Johnny. I'm going to wind Johnny up for the next few moments, guys. Ready to go. Last week, Coca-Cola announced that.
Oh, here we go.
Yes, baby. Johnny's getting ready. Last week, Coca-Cola announced that they're bringing back the cane sugar version to the United States. But here's what nobody's telling you. The entire story reveals one of the most sophisticated marketing manipulations in modern history, and you all have been the target. Now, we're not just talking about soda here, guys. We're talking about how your desire to be healthy, to make better choices for your family, has been weaponized against you. And the uncomfortable truth is what science tells a completely different story than what you're being told. Now, when you pay 30 to 50% more for Mexican Coke because it's made with real cane sugar, you're not buying health, you guys. You're buying a story. And that story is costing you more than just money. It's costing you the ability to make genuinely informed decisions about your health and your family's well-being. Jimmy, there's some B-roll here. The research is crystal clear. Cane sugar and high fructose corn syrup are biomechanically indistinguishable when consumed with equal amounts. So I'm going to pause here and throw it to my brother. Johnny, we're replacing high fructose with cane sugar and we're calling it healthier. Comment from me, brother, first.
Well, it's like saying, hey, you know what? There's this new kind of heroin. It's really healthy. We're going to call it, I don't know, what do they call it on the street? They call heroin tar, I think they call it. Is that right?
I don't even know. Is that what it's called?
It's some fucking nicknames. Okay, so we're going to call it white tar. It's healthy.
Yeah. Yes. Well,
it's I mean, the bottom line is, when it comes down to it, when you're talking about a refined fucking sugar, it's a refined sugar.
It's still sugar. Well, when I was making this content, I had you in my sights the whole time because I knew we were going to have some fun with this. Because here's the part, nation, that should make you all angry. The cane sugar revival exploits what psychologists call the naturalistic fallacy. The assumption, Johnny, that that natural automatically equates healthier. Oh yeah, I got the natural heroin, Johnny, instead of the synthetic stuff. And food marketers have successfully, hey Johnny, I guess there's no food marketers sponsoring our show anytime soon, have successfully cane sugar as wholesome despite sweeteners undergoing significant industrial processing, brother.
Well, you figure like this, sugar. So if you're talking about just sugar, sugar is sugar, but now we're talking about refined sugar. Yes. Right? So the simplest way to avoid refined sugar, which is far worse than regular sugar, is to get it from a natural food source.
Yes.
You're not going to get refined sugar in a fucking grape, at least yet. It's the truth.
I know.
You eat some other product that's in a can or a fucking box or a bag. You know, I mean, Jesus Christ, they got so many fucking words hiding what they're doing. It's unbelievable.
So I want to invite you guys, as we're having some fun with this segment here, focus on what actually matters for your performance and health, Johnny, instead of obsessing over sugar choices. It's still sugar, you guys. It's still sugar. Optimizing your timing and context. If you're going to consume sugar, time it around your So here's the thing. If you're going to consume sugar, at least time it with doing something instead of sitting on your ass, please. Because that 12-ounce Coke impacts your blood glucose stability and inflammation for 3 to 6 hours, regardless of sweetener choice, Johnny. Regardless if it's sugar, like processed sugar or cane sugar or fructose sugar, you're still going to feel bloated and you're going to still have inflammation, my brother.
Such a fucking backwards thought process.
I know.
It's like, okay, I'm gonna have this fucking 2 minutes of fucking pleasure and then go bust my ass for 45 minutes trying to reverse the damage.
Were you watching?
Jesus Christ.
Were you watching sex last night? 2 minutes of pleasure for 45.
I hope you're doing better than that for your lovely wife. Jesus Christ.
Well, but here's something we want to explore with you guys. How do we build the analytical framework to cut through the noise? Because the solution isn't more information. You know, we're already drowning in conflicting advice. The solution is developing the critical thinking skills to evaluate the claims based on evidence rather than emotion. So, guys, I'm just going to invite you to consider this. You know, don't let the marketers exploit your desire to be healthy. You know, because, hey, listen, I'm a marketer. Johnny's a marketer. We have a job to do, right? And our job is to convince you to buy. You heard Chad Rawlings, right? So, you know, don't get caught up in the world of all of that, whether it's high fructose syrup or it's cane syrup. I'm sorry, it's sugar. It's still, Johnny, sugar.
You know, and let's take this into just a general thought process, right?
Yes.
You know, if someone's here, it's because they want more. They're trying to do better for themselves in some way, shape, or form, right? Yes. So let's use this as one little detail in a concept. If you want more, you've got to stop doing the easy shit. You know, you start developing that place in your brain that helps you seek doing hard shit. So if everybody's doing something, if everybody's drinking Coke, no matter which fucking variation of Coke it is, that's easy. Stop doing the shit that everybody else is doing, and you, including these dumb choices with sugar, and you'll fucking find yourself propelling towards what you're trying to achieve.
I'm glad you said that, because I'm going to throw to the business mindset in a quick couple minutes here, Johnny, and I'm going to say some things that are going to rattle folks because they're looking for a fucking secret, and I got a secret for you guys coming up in a couple minutes. From ideas to millions in a few moments here, but before we do that, I want to throw to the comments, Johnny, because they're fucking rocking, man. Thor Squad, Johnny. Keith, when do you go live? We go live Monday to Friday, mornings and live with Keith, John, and friends, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on YouTube, LinkedIn, X, and Substack. So Thor Squad, I invite you to come back. And he says, when do you go live? Outstanding content and players. I'm going back to work to make money. Yes, brother, 100% chance I'll join again. Thank you, Thor. I hope you will. And I appreciate that.
Come on, baby. We're here every day.
Yes, and Thor also threw some money on the table. He threw $1.99 super sticker. So Thor, I'm really grateful for you throwing some money on the table as well. Mike Sullivan, maybe add some honey as a natural sweetener. Isn't that true, right? Oh, fuck, I love honey, man. Honey. We got Bernard, the beekeeper. Bernard is here in the comments, who actually is all about honey. So if you guys are looking for a great channel, go check out Bernard's Bee Drive channel, man. Great content about bees and so forth. And then we got what else we got here? Yes, and then we got Bernard. Bees can show you the difference. Real sugar is pure sucrose, like they collect in nature. All right, guys, the business mindset. I'm going to sneak into the deep dive. Jimmy, let's run that hook and let's get into the conversation around from ideas to millions. And guys, there's a big secret, and I'm going to reveal it in about a minute. Jimmy.
You have an idea. But let's be clear, the world doesn't reward ideas. It rewards courage. It rewards grit. It rewards the relentless, obsessive execution required to drag a dream into reality. The gap between your ambition and your current situation is a chasm filled with fear. It's the fear of failing, the fear of judgment, the fear of not being good enough to even start. This fear is the silent killer of countless fortunes. But the greats of history, the titans of industry, they didn't wait for the fear to vanish. They learned to dance with it. Your first step isn't to be perfect, it's to be present and to be powerful. Act on one small piece of your vision right now. Prove to yourself that your commitment is stronger than your comfort. The clock is ticking. Execute.
Oh man, I was looking forward to having this conversation with you guys. And Johnny, the journey to millions, the journey to millions is paved with disciplined execution, not just brilliant ideas. Hang on that one for a second, guys. Johnny, I can't tell you how many guys and women have come to me. I got an idea. Like ideas fall out of the sky, man. The hardest thing for all of you mofos, including me, myself, all of us, is executing. And
brother,
daily,
yes,
daily. Johnny.
Yes. I mean, you're so on the money. It's like now, especially with AI,
yes,
we do not have an information crisis.
No,
we have an application / execution crisis.
Yes,
and it's like there's no lack of information, and you don't even need some fucking new great idea to go be successful. Yes. What you need is an idea that you're fucking drawn to, and just gathering the information you need, which is, in today's times is getting easier and easier, but you hit it on the head. If you're not willing to execute every day, just fucking go back to your 9 to 5.
So Johnny, it's never been easier to get an idea, because ideas, we just talked AI with Chad Rawlings for the last 45 minutes. There's ideas left and right nonstop, but successful entrepreneurs, I'm going to show you a secret behind the curtain, guys. Johnny does it and I do it, and we don't even talk about it. Every single day we are asking ourselves this for our customers and for the show. What frustrations, what friction can we eliminate? Johnny sits back and is researching peptides and trying things and looking for sources and trying. Why? Because he's trying to solve problems for you guys. The idea is not there. I'm sorry, the idea is already there. It's constant execution every single day because ideas are common. What's rare is, here's the key word, Johnny, the relentless execution required to bring them to life. I spent some time this weekend with some folks that were all wantrepreneurs. Want. Everybody just wants. But nobody wants to put the time and the commitment and the sacrifice in to make it happen. And I'm not here to judge or to lecture. I certainly don't want to lecture. But I'm just going to be frank. If you want to have a life that is above everybody else, it's fucking hard. And it is 20 hours a day of hard, and you don't know how long it's going to go. So drop the idea, go get a job if you just haven't, if you can't execute. Johnny.
Well, on that level, I mean, that's why make it, when you say hard, there's different types of hard. There's hard like, fuck, I got to do this again today, and I don't really enjoy doing it.
Yes.
And then there's hard like, damn it, this is a bitch, but I enjoy doing what I'm doing. So this 20 hours is going to be tiring, but I'm going to, there's a lot of like fulfillment in these 20 hours. So when when you're searching for an idea, stop searching for an idea, chasing just the dollar. That's not going to bring you what you're looking for.
Love this.
When you can enjoy the journey to make that dollar, now you've got what you're looking for.
Yes.
When you look around, there are so many people who are making amazing cash, but there's a level of fulfillment they are light years away from. And some of them don't have a clue why, and it's because they've never really taken a passion and turned it into money.
Allow me to draw this relation as well. Often on this show, we've been talking a lot about peptides, and we've been talking about people are looking for hacks or for shortcuts and so forth, right? So here's the thing, guys. Do peptides work? Well, according to John, they do. But guess what? John still has to put the work in. What? Well, yeah, he's still got to put the work in, right? So we want you to think about this. What is the one fear that has kept you from moving forward on an idea or a goal? Is it the work? And what is the smallest possible step you could take today to face that fear and test the waters? Because you can have the idea, but putting the execution is the hardest part. This is the key part of our daily show, guys, right? Getting up, getting after it, and giving you guys to think about to get after it every single day.'s
here's a way to think about this. For those of you that watch TV or scroll or have an activity that you do it's not a productive activity, right? Put that activity on one side of the thought process. Now on the other side, think of something else that you would rather invest your time doing, and then basically start working on monetizing that. See, for me, I could, the idea of watching television, unless I'm learning about one of my crafts, one of my businesses, a relationship with my kids, or it's like, I look at that viewership time as kind of a way to get better at what I enjoy to do. It's not an escape. And if you have time in your life where you're escaping, then what you're doing is not more important than that, or not more interesting. If you create a higher interest in how you make money than your escape time, those 20 hours that Keith mentioned, they're actually much easier.
Yes, I got to tell you, man, I'm finding my dopamine hits as I discover new things and build new things, right? So, and that's fun to me. So when I'm putting the work in and executing, and I wanted to lay on this idea of executing, because I think this is the relatable, which is, so I could take a peptide or a PED and look big or be jacked. No, what do you mean? You still got to put the work in. So I got $1 million idea. Good for you. Did you put the work in? No, then you're not gonna get into results. So they really go one and together. It's idea and execution have to go hand in hand. Jimmy, the B-roll number 4 here. Building $1 million business starts with building a $1 million mindset. When I built ICU, you guys, it was non-stop, relentless, every single day. Run forward, fall down. Get up, run forward, fall down. Run forward, fall down, bang your head, get up, hurt yourself. Relentless, day after day after day. It's about leadership, continuous learning, and personal development. Guys, you have the capacity to shift from scarcity to abundance. You hear John talk about it all the time, that scarcity mindset. And then from paralysis to action. But remember the wisdom. Johnny, here's what the wisdom is, right? Most people overestimate what they can do in a week, but underestimate what they can achieve in 10 years. 10 years is 120 months. Think about that, right? Embracing the long game, focusing on solving real problems and committing to growth. Guys, this is not rocket science. And I'll give you guys one last thing for you. Keith and John are here every single day. How do you know? We've proven it. And how do you know we're going to be here in the future? Because of our past. So if you have something, test us,
yeah, please test us.
And I'll give you this: if you have an idea, here's free advice from Bilous and Anderson. If you have an idea and you want to execute, but you're afraid because you don't have an accountability partner to keep you in check, well, hey, every single day, 8:00 Eastern time, Keith and John are here. Come join our community. Come join the comments. Come get to know us. We will help you. Trust me. Talk to Bernard. Talk to the guys in the community. We're here. We'll help you achieve your goals. Execution does not have to be difficult if you have the people around you. And Bilous and Anderson are here every single time. So there's my invite to you guys. There's no reason for you not to have that $1 million business because you have the idea, but you can't execute. We're here to help you. Johnny?
Let me just take what Keith said and distill it, make it a little more simple. The first piece of that $1 million mindset is completely nailing down the habit of showing up.
Yeah, yes.
And if you got that one nailed, you got most about a whooped. Yeah. And what do?
Yeah.
We show up here every day. So you can practice your habit of showing up by showing up here with us. And once you got that nailed, man, it's a whole different fucking deal, because here's the thing. And we've seen it on this show.
Yes.
Other than you and I, who has made the haul? Exactly. Exactly. And now, funny enough, out of everybody that tried, who are the two most successful?
Oh, hold on.
Sitting right here. Well, the two most successful because we keep showing up. That habit of showing up is applied to the things that we do. That's why showing up and success are hand in hand. And nail down the habit of showing up, and you're in motion big time.
And I'll give you guys a little secret. And those of you that are hanging out with us right now every single day on the show, I'm going to give you guys a secret or a little hint. You're seeing the next one in like in athletics, John, like the next superstar. You're seeing the next one growing right in front of you guys. True story. He did it again today. He's going to do it again tomorrow. And then if you want to join the squad, it's pretty easy. You can join the lab. Come knock on my door. Come knock on Matthew Roof's door. He's the next one showing up. His life is changing every single day. Why? He had an idea, Johnny, called Kindness Rising. He had a business he wanted to start. And then he's like, I know to be successful, I got to show up every single day. So I'm like, well, fuck, why don't you start a show? So now he's got a show every single day. He's got a reason to get up. Johnny, he goes to bed at night, makes good decisions in the evening, so he can get up in the morning, so he can be accountable to his show, to his community, to what we're doing here. But there's another example of he has an idea, and what's the hardest thing to do, Anderson? Execute. He surrounds himself with yourself, myself, and the crew here in the lab, like Bernard. Bernard is here every single day. Lady Drew is here every single day. Adam's good. Holroyd's every single day. Right, you guys, it's, surround yourself with like-minded humans who want to execute, and you will execute. I'm telling you right now. So,
yeah,
hey.
It's that simple. Boil it down.
Yes,
you nail the habit of showing up.
Yes.
That $1 million mindset is well under construction.
100%. Hey, time mirrors. Johnny, time mirrors are real, and they could change.
Say that again. Time mirrors.
Yeah. Looking in the mirror. Time mirrors are real, and they could change everything. Jimmy, let's run it, brother.
What if the breakthrough you're searching for isn't about moving forward, but about learning to reverse? Every day, you're told to think bigger, move faster, innovate harder. But here's the problem. You're stuck thinking in one direction. Linear solutions for complex challenges. Forward momentum when what you need is a completely different approach to problem solving itself. Scientists have discovered that the most profound breakthroughs happen when we learn to work backwards from the solution. Historical evidence shows that revolutionary thinkers didn't just push forward, they mastered the art of reverse engineering reality itself, finding patterns others missed by approaching problems from the opposite direction. Stop pushing harder. Start thinking backwards. The breakthrough you need is waiting in reverse.
Crazy shit, man. Just some crazy science stuff that I found, which is kind of intriguing to me. But it's this idea, what if you could press rewind, not on a video, but on light, sound, or even reality itself? Johnny, scientists have recently discovered that it's actually now possible, literally rewinding time for a wave in real life. And so regular reflections like echoes or mirrors bounce waves back in space. Johnny, but a time reflection flips a wave in time like watching a movie backwards. So scientists, and again, I got a curious mind, as you know, created time reflections by rapidly switching a material's properties while a wave passed through it. And what it did is it caused a part of a wave to reverse direction in time. So they literally rewinded time using mirrors. It's kind of fascinating shit, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, man. I'm still trying to grasp the concept.
So am I, actually.
I mean, when the guy was talking, I related to what he was saying, but the mirror part is still just outside my fingertips. It's just outside I'm not able to get my hands on it to reel it in here.
So Mornings Nation, here's a confession from Uncle Keith. The segment didn't work as well as I thought it would because it's kind of over my head as well. So it's over Anderson's head and it's over Bilous's head. Apparently,
but what I did hear in that dude talking, I can relate to because, the problem solving, done from a different perspective gives you a different outcome. Most people, we're taught to problem solve kind of the same. Yes. And so the same outcome is constantly laid on the table. When you're thought to problem solve from a different direction, you're going to have a different solution laid on the table. And that's, again, my whole story. Thank God I was pathetic because I developed A, extra hard work ethic, and B, a massive problem solving skill set. And I solve problems from a totally different angle than most people. I look at anything and I go straight to how simple can I make this? And when I lay that on the table, it's very different than most solutions because most solutions are with a whole bunch of complexity nobody understands.
Yeah. Well, no, it's true. And I know we like to prepare things simply here, which I appreciate you. All right,
I still have no idea how that fucking connects itself to the mirror.
Here's the funny thing is, me neither.
I was digging, man. I was like, okay, I'm following this, and I came out of like, okay, maybe Keith's going to say something to help me connect these dots. You know,
and I got to be honest, man. Carter's doing an awesome job building some of these scripts and segments for us, and I'm like, Cartsy, I think you put this one over Bilous and Anderson's head. He probably
the fucking kid's too smart already. God damn it, man. We got to tell him to tone it down.
Yes. We're both going to be texting him today saying, Bilous, fucking tone it down, man. You're talking to a couple.
It's almost like in the weightlifting world, like when your training partner believes in you more than you do, and he puts a weight on the bar, and you walk out there and you're like, fuck, man, this is like beyond my position of belief right now. Because if you don't believe, you're never going to achieve, you know?
Oh, I like that. This is beyond the position of my belief right now. Oh, I like that saying that. That's really powerful.
Yo, dude, because I mean, when you're looking at a bar,
yes,
and that fucking bar will fucking break you.
Yes.
Like, if you don't fucking believe, you better not get under that bitch.
Well, and AJ would do it to me all the time. That's why I use the 2.5 plate analogy, right? Because like, no, Bills, you could do it. I'm like, fuck, man, I don't know. He's like, no, you can do it. And but I
have to imagine in that situation, AJ knows he can protect you.
Yes, but you know what? But I want to lean into that. There's something very powerful though as well, brother. When you're in a situation, the squat rack, the bench, in business, and your partner, your leader, your boss, your colleague believes in you more than you think, and then when you deliver, and then your own self-belief increases because of what you didn't think you can do, right? So I'm
100%.
Like that's a powerful thing, man. When you look, so you know, I get under the bench and I think I can't do it, and AJ's like, well, no, you can fucking do it. And then you do it, and you look at your partner, you're like, and there's that connection, right? And it's just like with Chad, probably in the business meeting, right? You look at the guy, he's like, oh my god, the power of belief, right?
Well, dude, here's, and I'm gonna give you an exact example of how I do this when I'm trying to get someone to believe more, because I can see it, they can't. But walking up to a bar with a certain weight, that is very challenging for people. The barrier of entry sometimes is too large.
Yes.
So what I would do is I would say, okay, look, we're going to pick this weight. You know that you can do this 3 times. Yes, I know I can do this 3 times. Okay, we're going to try to do 4. That's a barrier of entry that they can step into. Now, keep in mind, I couldn't do this with a partner of mine that got fucking 800 pounds in the bar. 400 pounds, fucking piece of cake.
Yes.
So, perfect example, one of my best friends, we became best friends because he was a power lifter and he was trying to do something for that, 1 extra rep. And I said, no problem. We knew each other, spotting each other in the gym here and there, but didn't know each other. So he basically pulls out this weight. It was like 420, right? He was trying to get a 2nd rep, right? That's what it was. He was like, I need to double this. I said, okay, let's see what you can do. He walked out. I put my hands right on his chest so he couldn't fight, and I was following him.
Yeah.
And he gets that 2nd one done and tries to put it away. I said, you got 1 more. So he's okay. So we went. He did 11 fucking reps. Yeah. Dude, he put the ball. I had to help him walk it in because he was fucking shot, dude. He literally went to the ground, laid there, looked up at me like with this, like, it was pain and disbelief and all of these emotions just fucking pouring out of him. He stayed there for about 15 minutes, picked up his gym bag, came up, gave me a hug, thanked me, and left. And we became like amazing friends because right then and there, I opened his mind to what he had no fucking clue.
There was a connection there, right? So let me ask you, how did you feel about that?
Oh, I knew that I could help him. I knew that I could see the potential in him.
Yeah.
And it was just like, for me, it was like, I have an opportunity here. I'm going to fucking take it. Because it was just as fulfilling for me as it was for him.
Yeah. Hey, brother, I know you got to rock and roll here in a couple minutes, but before you go, I want to wrap up with one last segment with you. Hey, how much taller are you than Terry, or is Terry the same height as you, or are you guys the same height?
Good question. No, Terry, you must not have remembered. Well, I'll tell the story. This will summarize Terry's height.
Yes.
So when she was first date, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, I'm just laying out. Look, this is the ABCs of me, right?
Yes.
So you know what you're getting into here, right? And then once she got through that, I realized, okay, she's got some mustard. She can hang. So then I started kind of having fun. I said, look, after we get done with, we're going to go run these steps because that was and we're going to go get a meal.
Yeah.
Let's swing by the DMV.
Yeah.
And let's have you go in there and get me a handicap pass because you got to be close to the legal limit for a midget. Just bend the knees a little bit. So that tells you how tall she is.
Well, I have some science. Jesus, Murphy, man.
That's quite a statement for a first date, huh?
I love it. I love it. I love it. And you guys have married for how long now? Or you've been together for 20 years now?
Yeah, this is the 20th year.
I love it. Short versus tall, the unexpected truth about men and marriage. Right now on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John.
What if everything you believed about attraction and relationship success was backwards? What if the very trait society tells you matters most actually predicts the opposite outcome? Every day, men walk into the dating world carrying invisible weight about their physical presence, wondering if they measure up to some arbitrary standard that seems to determine their romantic fate and long-term happiness. Decades of relationship research reveal that the most successful partnerships aren't built on the foundations we expect. The data shows us that stability, satisfaction, and lasting connection follow patterns that completely contradict our cultural assumptions about what makes relationships work. When you understand what actually predicts relationship success, you can focus your energy on developing the qualities that create lasting partnerships and deep connection. Stop measuring yourself by the wrong metrics. Start building the relationships that actually last.
Conversation with Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John. 431-300-3005. We're talking short versus tall, the unexpected truth about men and marriage. Johnny, research consistently shows that height does affect relationship dynamics and marriage patterns for men, but usually not in the way you might expect. Let me break it down what the science actually tells us. First insight, shorter men tend to marry later in life, but are significantly less likely to divorce by about 32% compared to their taller counterparts. This is bizarre to me, man. They often compensate in their relationships by sharing more housework and income, but are statistically more likely to marry younger or less educated women. And the combination may create a sense of stability and reduce the likelihood of divorce. But then, John, second insight, taller men, somebody like yourself, usually marry earlier and are more likely to pair with higher educated spouses. That's why you married up with Terry, but they have slightly higher divorce rates. And studies suggest this may be because height is exchanged for other desirable attributes early in the relationship market, but doesn't shield against life's long-term challenges. And then, John, the third insight, average height men, neither very short or very tall, actually have the highest rate of reproductive success, often marrying at younger ages and having more stable long-term. And then fourth insight is that regarding relationship satisfaction and jealousy, tall men generally report higher relationship satisfaction and lower rates of jealousy compared to shorter men, likely due to societal preferences and perceived desirability.
I think to sum this whole thing up, I think what it comes down to is, and this is a blanket statement, so it's not for everyone, because I know some short dudes that are fucking savages.
Yes.
That none of this applies.
Yes,
but it's because they're savages here.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think many shorter men, they get some sort of a complex that beats down their self-esteem, and then their standards drop. What you described is a person, forget the height, is their standards have dropped through lack of some. So I hate to be a dick by say lack of self-esteem, but that kind of summarizes it.
No, I mean, we were talking and I recall we had a conversation on the show a few months ago, Johnny, about men that were going through leg lengthening surgeries. And listen, we both have much empathy for those men that are going through that, because what we both realize is that there's something unfortunately going on with upstairs and in here, which is what's forcing them to unfortunately make those decisions, which makes me sad. Right. I know it makes you sad as well. And just wrapping this up, Jimmy, the fifth insight from women's perspectives, while many women report a preference for taller partners, Johnny, the so-called male taller norm, this tends to matter most in the early stages of attraction and diminishes importance as relationship progress, especially if emotional compatibility and values align. Guys, in closing this baby up, just to close this segment up here, is the bottom line is this: height can influence the beginning of a relationship and is wrapped up in cultural ideas about masculinity and attractiveness, but true happiness, stability, and marriage are much more connected to those shared values, commitment, and communication. And it's just fun conversations we like to put here on the show every single day with Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John, giving you guys information to get on with your day. Just some fun stuff, brother.
There you have it.
Just some
there
fun
you
stuff.
have it.
One last comment from the comment before I let you go. Men need to stop choosing tiny, short women. Think about what their sons will look like. You know what? Carter played. We had some friends of ours, and Carter played hockey with the family. Love the family. Will remain nameless, but little people, man, just love them. Like the mom and dad are little, the sons, like just all little folks, and they're like the little family, right? And it's just you just see some folks are what they are, right? So. What do you got going on today, pal? What do you got going on today?
Today is not a training day, so I got some fun stuff I'm working on always. I'll tell you, first thing we did off here, I'm going to take a piss because I'm starting to wiggle. Yes, and then so then I've got some content to work on. There's so much stuff with the new business, and in this peptide experience / business has been it's been really, really fun, but it just with the having the ability to help people get the proper peptides from a proper source and helping them change some problem, fix some sort of a problem has been fucking really fulfilling, because now I can help people on yet another level.
Well, I'll tell you, man, and I will make this announcement to the world here, is that as we keep building this show, and as we continue to provide value to our audience, our goal, my goal, Johnny's goal, is to provide you guys reputable information you can take to the bank, right? So in a world of AI information here, AI information there, and information everywhere, you don't know what's real or not real. I'm hoping to continue to trust the advice of John, trust the advice of myself, and trust the advice of the guests and the information we're putting on stage here. But hear me clearly. It's simply advice and information. You guys make the decisions. We're going to do the research and make suggestions, and you guys can make the decisions after that. So,
because really what it comes down to is we're sharing with you guys how we did it and how we do it. It's never the same for two people. You're going to take a bite out of what someone's doing to help you.
And you know how we did it? And I'll draw you right back to the top of the conversation at the beginning of the show. I had my success in life, and Johnny had his success in life, and we're having success with this in life because of one and only one reason: showing up every single day.
That's it, baby.
There's no rocket science to it. It's the hardest thing for most of us humans to do, is to show up every single day. But when you can do it, that's when you unlock the magic, and that's when the business mindset changes from an idea to executing to become a millionaire. So, Johnny, what a great show, man. A lot of love here, a lot of fun here. On a Monday, kicking off the week. We got a busy week here. Chad was great, 4th time in. The guy dropped nuggets. Jimmy did a great job with his bloat producing the show today, so with his bloated gut. And, and we'll be back at it after tomorrow again, less than 24 hours.
Let's go, baby.
Enjoy
Have
your
a great loop, my brother.
You too, my brother. All right, pal. All right. Jimmy, we're going to walk Johnny out of here, and I'm going to get this tune here. Boo, boo, boo. All right, guys. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Johnny's out for the day. He's back here tomorrow morning. You guys know where to find us. Right here. Right here. Yep. 8 o'clock Eastern time. YouTube. Over there on X. And over there on LinkedIn. And just over there on Substack. You guys know Substack? What's going on, Devo? What's going on, Dova? Is it Dova or Dova? I see you in the comments here, Dova. I see you. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab. This is the only morning show to help you get up, get after it. I'd like to introduce you to Lady Drew, one of our stalwarts in the community. Lady Drew is here every single day. Dova, I'd like to introduce you to B Drive. I'd invite you to go check out B Drive's awesome B community. And hey, to all my members in the community, you guys all got YouTube channels. Let's put them out there. And if you guys want to help start them, put them out there. Lady Drew, it's important you guys, Dova, it's important that you guys all meet my community. Jill, Lisa, what's going on? Men need to stop. Yeah, I read that comment there. But Dova, I like to introduce. I didn't see Dusty Struggles there. What's going on, Dusty? I see it. I see you there in the comments as well. So Dova, I'd like to introduce you to everybody here in the comments. And hey, you guys can join the Mornings in the Lab community by simply subscribing, liking, commenting, letting your friends know about the greatest morning show that gets up and gets after it every single day. We're talking business mindset on the show here today. And people are looking for shortcuts. Jimmy, I want a shortcut. Oh, I got an idea. I want to become a millionaire. Oh, yeah? Show up every single day. That's the secret. That is the secret. Okay, so guys, we're going to look through the back here. So the secret full body workout you're ignoring, we're going to go back to that one later this week, Jimmy. So I'm going to put that one aside for later this week, Jim. And we got a nation. I know you guys have been asking. For some recipes. Well, I do have 5 quick meals for peak brain performance. I want Johnny to be around for that one, so I'm going to put that one on the table for tomorrow. Kindness Rising, 7:30 Eastern time. Hey, Dova, I'd introduce you to Matt Roof. The guy has the business mindset, no secrets, getting up, getting after it every single day, 7:30 Eastern time. Kindness Rising, right here on the Mornings in Lab channel. Content to help you get up and get after it. Sterling Wooden, who's the best ever Led Zeppelin or Lid? It's Led Zeppelin or Led Zeppelin. Hey, Sterling, is it? So I'm from Canada. Is it Led Zeppelin or Zeppelin? I don't know. I'm just having some fun with you there. I want to go back up to Roofy's comment here. Yes, tomorrow on Kindness Rising, from thoughts to action. Yes, 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. Guys, today we're talking ideas to execution. Matt's going to lean into thoughts to action tomorrow. Imagine taking that thought and then putting it into action, just like Matt did. Yeah, Matt had a thought. He's like, yeah, I had a 700-year career in the health industry. I now have an idea. I want to go perpetuate kindness around the world. So what's the guy do? Starts a company, starts getting up, getting after it, having some bumps along the way, but he gets up and he gets after it every single day. And I'm sharing that with you guys to give you the inspiration that you can do it too. Just like I can do it too, Johnny can do it too, Jimmy can do it too. We all can do it. It's fucking hard. Ask Roofy, it's hard. But when you have a network around you and you have a support team around you that you can count on, like I know Roofy's here every single day. I know tomorrow when I get up and I turn on my YouTube at 7:30 Eastern time, that Roofy's there. Like it's just not even no ifs, ands, or buts. And then I know at 8 o'clock, Johnny's going to be here. So guys, I'd invite you to check out Roofy's channel, 7:30 Eastern time tomorrow, 7:30 for Kindness Rising. All right. So Jim, here's what we're going to do, my friend. We're going to get to the community corner. Yep. Yeah, but I don't have a script, Jimmy. True story. All right. Hold on a second here. Just looking at my notes here. Yeah, the music's good though, Roofy. You're right. I can see Matt. He's just sitting back there. He's like, he's watching. I love Matt. You guys fucking love the guy. He's like, I can just see him frantically typing. What, Bilous doesn't have any words in front of him? Best network work ever. Mornings in the Lab network. Real community. Music sounds good though. Keep it rolling from Roofy. Yes, Sterling Wooden. Roofies are terrible for productivity. I'd recommend LSD. That's after it. Sterling. No, you haven't tried the Matt Roofy though. I'm telling you, you try the Matt Roofy. It outdoes. Hey, listen, Roofy's a Grateful Dead guy. I'm telling you, Sterling, I'd invite you to check out Roofy's show. He comes from the Grateful Dead. You might be surprised by what he puts on the table. I'm telling you, he's actually my brother from another mother. I know he is. Global. Mornings in the Lab, shorthand for communicating on YouTube. Yes, Global. I mean, I'm in love with Global too. Global's a huge fan of I'm a huge fan of Global. I was going to say Global's a huge fan of the show. Guys, I'd invite you to drop some comments over in the YouTube community, and Global's been teaching me all this shit, even though I come from the social media world. But, I'd invite you to tag Mornings in the Lab and all of your content out there. Roofy. Oh, man. Okay, guys, it's time for the community corner where we connect LinkedIn and Substack on Mornings in the Lab. Today we're talking about what it really means to be irreplaceable as a father. Oh, baby. What do you do when you mess up, and how to respond without excuses, and why the gym isn't about looks. What are you talking about? It's fucking totally about looks, man. It's about identity. No, it's not. It's about, I want to be jacked. I want to walk around like this, Jimmy, like this. That's how I walk in the gym. Yeah. And why blowing up your life isn't the answer most people think it is. Guys, let's motherfucking get in it. Yep. All right. When your ex moves on, are you still dad? What? Well, Craig Youngkrantz puts words to a feeling many divorced dads don't say out loud. When my ex found someone new, I started wondering if I was being replaced. Well, that hits hard, and it's real. But Craig doesn't stay stuck there. He shares practical ways he stayed rooted as a father, keeping his word, building his own tradition, and choosing to respect, even cheer for the new guy. Woo, baby, that takes guts, that takes balls, that takes courage. But here's what it is. The takeaway is simple, super simple. You can't be replaced unless you give up and you stop showing up. And if you're still showing up, you are still dad. Yeah, true story. Fellas, if you've gone through this, I have. What tips can you offer our community members who might be facing this situation right now? All right, screwed up? Yeah, have you screwed up? Fuck, I screw up every single day. So now what? Jimmy, now what? I fucking screwed up. Boop, boop. You ever lie awake replaying something you said? Oh, man. Sometimes I get on this show and I'm like, did I say that? Did I not say that? Did I offend somebody? I think it just changed the channel. Well, but that one decision, that one moment where you know you fucked up. You know what I'm talking about. We've all been there. Well, Jared breaks down what happens next. Yep. We've all got two choices. One, you own it. You sit with it. You make it right. Two, you dodge it. You explain it away. You pretend it didn't matter. One path leads to restoration. The other just buys time while the damage compounds. And this isn't about shame. It's about leadership and responsibility, because you can't grow from what you won't face. Let me hear from you fellas. What's the most valuable lesson you've learned from owning or ignoring your own fuck-ups? Bing, I see your comments there, Bing. I have, luckily, the other guy who was really cool dude that I liked and respected, Bing. You know what, Bing? I'd love to hear your story, man. I'm really curious about what you said. Thanks for jumping in and sharing that. If you're into it, why don't you give me a call right now? 431-300-3005. Bing, I'm talking to you. Bing, I'm talking to you. Bing, I'm talking to you. Ears up. 431-300-3005. I'd love to hear a quick couple minutes of your story, because you are the other guy. How did you handle it? Are you still dad? Do you still feel like you're dad? And the fact that it's the other guy you respected. I'm intrigued by that. I'd love to hear your conversation. So if you want to join me right now on the show, I'd invite you to phone me, 431-300-3005. Let's have a conversation about being the other guy. And what was really cool is that you really respected him. Bing joining me right now in the comments on Mornings Live with Keith and friends. All right, Jimmy, let's get to the next one, pal. The gym just didn't change his body. It saved his identity. Their ideas when working out is not about fitness at all. Really? Really? It's about needing one place in your life that's consistent when everything else feels out of control. Well, Mark Gray says if he didn't have the gym, he'd be a shadow of himself. Yep. Not less muscular, less him. It's not about the weights. It's about having someone to go to reset your mind, regulate your emotions, and feel strong. Strong, Jimmy. Strong. When life gets heavy. Yeah. We talk about discipline like it's a grind, but sometimes it can be the only thing holding you together. As a matter of fact, discipline is the only thing holding you together. If you don't have discipline, I'd invite you to even ask yourself if you're held together. But hey, what's the one thing in your life that keeps you anchored? I'd love to hear it. Drop it in the comments. Please, please, please. All right, number back to LinkedIn. He didn't just escape. He chose simplicity, Guys, you ever chase yourself and catch yourself fantasizing about walking away from it all? You're like, I'm just fucking leaving, burning the whole thing down and starting over somewhere quiet. Pop, see you later. Gotta get out of here. Well, Renee Lynn Frojo shares the story of Dean, a guy who actually did it. Yep. See ya. He left the chaos of LA to run a small bistro with his parents in Costa Rica. It sounds like the dream. Slow mornings, fresh fish, no stress. But the truth is much more grounded than that. Dean works long days. He hustles to support the restaurant, the tourists, and 14 local families. And yet, he's never felt more alive. It's not work if you're having fun, he told Renee, because here's the thing, fellas. Whether you're working to build a digital empire or to sustain a lifestyle away from the last lane, it's still hard. So guys, do this. Chase what's meaningful. Chase what gives you purpose, because that's the point, isn't it? That's just the point. All right, that's it for the community corner, guys. Yes, it is. Whether you're rebuilding after divorce, owning your mistakes, staying grounded in the gym, or choosing a simpler life. Every story today had one thing in common. You do not need to be perfect, but you need to show up. Yeah, you don't need to be perfect, but you do need to show up. It's true. It's hard, but it's true. You want your story featured on this show? Would you? Would love to have your story featured on the show. I would invite you to follow us on Substack, inside Bappel.ai, and LinkedIn, and tag us in your next post for the community corner on the next Creator Spotlight. And Jimmy, before we get to the Creator Spotlights, looking down at the comments here, we got Adam Holroyd coming in, one of our OGs. Love you, brother. Holroyd says, I'm still dad. If the kids have a choice, they are staying at dad's instead of mom's. My youngest never wants to leave. Lots of love to you, brother. I bet you are an awesome dad. Spartacus, what's going on? Good morning, Spartacus. Well, Spartacus, we talked sales today. We talked AI. We talked the business mindset from ideas to millions. Spartacus, in my experience and many's experience, ideas fall from the sky. And AI is just generating ideas left and right, right, left and right. But the hardest thing to do is to execute. So that's been the big conversation today, Spartacus. We also talked about height and whether, height is relevant in marriage. We also did talk about time traveling with mirrors, but truthfully, Spartacus, Keith and Johnny had no idea what the fuck the segment was about, so we just kind of glossed over it. Yeah, and then during the show, Keith lost his words, and Matthew Roof from Kindness Rising, Spartacus. Hey, Spartacus, have you checked out Kindness Rising yet? If you haven't, I'd encourage you and invite you. Big invitation to you, Spartacus. I know you're a fan of the channel. You've been here before, and I like seeing you back in the comments. If you haven't checked out Kindness Rising, 7:30 Eastern Time, Matt Roof, the Roofie. Yeah, not the Roofie you think. No, the better Roofie. Yeah, Roofie gets after every single day here, 7:30 Eastern Time, giving you content to get up and get after it. And I'd invite you to check it out. Tomorrow, Roofie's got a show. We're talking about, on tomorrow's show with Matt, he's talking about, I'm just looking here quickly here, from thought to action. Because we all have these thoughts. And then we're like, how do I take it to action? Right, so Matt's talking about it tomorrow. So if you want to get up and get after it and looking for some inspiration to get after it, tomorrow morning, 7:30 Eastern Time, Kindness Rising. And Spartacus, I'm grateful that you have jumped in here today. Greta Garbage, what's going on, Greta Garbage? You can just show quickly. What would you like me to show quickly?
You want me to show my shoulder? It's the shoulder show with accents.
Is that what you're looking for, Greta? How about a shoulder? Yeah? Is that what you want? You know what the funny thing is, Jimmy? I have no fucking idea what prompts me to show my shoulder. It's just funny, right? Because sometimes I'm like, I just don't know why. Oh, you want the booty hole? Well, so Greta, here's the problem. So I'm standing at a sitting desk. Yeah, true story. I'm that tall. I'm standing at a sitting desk. So I'm not able to show you my booty hole because I don't think I could reach. So just sorry about that one. But Spartacus, I appreciate you too. Yeah. All right, Jimmy, let's rock and roll, brother. Let's rock and roll to the LinkedIn Creator Spotlight. We're going to celebrate a guy named Mike. Jimmy.
Is your leadership built to outlast the algorithm? Because in a world obsessed with automation and AI hacks, something human is getting lost. The meetings feel cold, the messages feel hollow, and the people in charge sound more like bots than builders. But one creator is fighting back, helping leaders reclaim the one thing no AI can mimic: the ability to connect, story to story, person to person. He doesn't just talk about leadership, he's redefining it. Author, speaker, builder of unreplaceable leaders. Mornings in the Lab is proud to celebrate Mike Papakota. Follow Mike if you're ready to lead with meaning, not just metrics.
Hey, Mike Papakota is not trying to outpace AI. No, he's helping leaders do something more important. Walk like this. He's trying to help them stay irreplaceably human in a world that's racing towards automation. Yeah, baby, he built the NQ company around one idea. Not two, not three, Jimmy, one idea. One idea that narrative intelligence, not just technical skill, is what makes a leader worth following. Well, and good hair too. Yeah, fuck yeah. I got great hair. I know people follow me because I got great hair. I know when Rufy met me, he's like, fuck man, Bilous has awesome hair. So I definitely want to follow that dude. I know it to be fact. And when Johnny met me, he's like, fuck, that guy's got great hair. So regardless if it's narrative intelligence or technical skill, Jimmy, I must see, the squirrel's getting in my brain, man. Oh yeah, back to the creator spotlight. Yeah. When communicating gets robotic, leadership breaks down. That's a true story. So Mike Papakota helps teams, executives, and brands bring the human element back, baby, to how they speak, lead, and connect. He's not teaching soft skills. He's building durable human-centered leadership that AI can't replace or replicate. Yeah, there you go. So, hey, Mike, want to have you on my show. Oh, it's funny. I was talking about hair. Sorry, Mike. Hey, we like to tease with love here on the show. I didn't realize. Yeah, there's a true story. Mike Papakota would love to have you on my show. Mornings Lab with Keith, John, and friends. I'd love to give you the creator spotlight so we can shine it on somebody in your world, Mike, and focus on the community corner, the creator spotlight on the next Mornings Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Mike Papakota. All right, Jimmy, let's get to the next one, pal.
It's 6 a.m. in Boulder. Sunlight barely creeps through the blinds as he stands in the kitchen, running shoes still on, palms pressed to the counter. He's just finished a week of workouts and crushed another sales call. On paper, everything's perfect. But in his head, the question won't quit. Why does it all feel wrong? His breath catches, shoulders tense. Is this really it? He asks himself. That moment sets off a journey of silent retreats, men's groups, and nearly 7,000 meditations. Today, he helps thousands through what he learned, guiding them to discover what it means to feel whole. Mornings in the Lab is excited to celebrate Ryan Delaney, unapologetic advocate for self-acceptance over self-improvement, and author of the thought-provoking Substack newsletter called Beyond Self-Improvement.
Jimmy, some creators promise shortcuts and hacks. But not Ryan Delaney. No, baby, after 20 years and about 13,000 hours of practice, he's not afraid to talk about rage, divorce, childhood trauma, or the mess of starting over. His newsletter isn't about finding a fix for what's broken. Instead, this guy focuses on self-acceptance and dropping the mask even when it hurts. If you're tired of empty motivation and want something honest, real, and lasting, this guy we're celebrating right now, we're talking about, this is your guy. Yeah, so I'd invite you to meet, to follow, to subscribe to Ryan Delaney's Substack, True Story, Beyond Self-Improvement. And Ryan, here's how it works, brother. Would love to have you on the show so we can celebrate you on the show, but then give you the community corner, the creator spotlight, so you can shine it on somebody in your orbit on the next community corner, on the next Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends right here, 8 o'clock Eastern time, YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. All right. Woo, baby. What a fun show today. I'm going to do this here and do this here while I do this, while I press some buttons, because I like pressing buttons. There we go. All right. Well, guys, what a fun show. Let's get to the comments. Spartacus, hopefully use AI in the right context. I'm a bricklayer. I'm already seeing robot workers. A little scary. Spartacus, dude, I would love to talk with you about this, whether it's on the show today or at a future setting, but I would love to learn about your experience with the robot bricklayers. Because here's the thing, Spartacus, I'm a nerd. I pay attention to all this shit. And I got a lot of friends and brothers and cousins and family members who are in the blue collar space, whether it's bricklaying, building stuff, and they look at me like I'm a weirdo going, yeah, robots are coming. Like, nah, they're not. Oh, they're fucking coming. So Spartacus would love to hear your experience with the robots doing bricklaying, because the reality is, hate to say it, guys, robots can do pretty good bricklaying. Here's the thing. I invite you guys to think about this. Anything that is moving today that is mechanical is going to be autonomous in the future. Hang on that for a moment. If it's mechanical and it's moving today, it will be autonomous in the future. Nobody's jobs are safe. I'm just telling you. Spartacus would love to talk more about you there. Would love to. Would love to. Kindness Rising, Flow ain't just an AI program. AI is a tool, not a talent. True. Spartacus, agree, B. My favorite song, Jimmy. Yes, mine as well. Oh, man. Spartacus, I think we have enough self-motivation shows. What do you think of this one, Spartacus? Is this one helping you? We're not here. So here's the thing, Spartacus. I'm not here to motivate you. Nope. There's enough. Because here's the thing. It's funny. I heard a quote from Goggins yesterday. You don't need any fucking motivation. Get up, get after it, go achieve something. There's your fucking motivation. Go and do something today. And then your body's going to say, oh, you feel good. Yeah, that's called motivation. You don't need somebody to say, oh, I'm going to motivate you. Don't fucking come here for that. Don't come here for motivation. Come here for nuggets. Come here for advice. Come here for help. Come here for information. Come here for truth. But don't fucking come here for motivation. Go somewhere else. I'm not giving you motivation. If you don't have motivation, fuck, motivation is a fleeting feeling. Motivation doesn't show up every single day. No, motivation is one of those fleeting feelings. No, showing up is what you need to do. All right. There's my little rant there on motivating. Thanks, Spartacus. I appreciate that. All right, I got to turn the tunes up here a little bit. Tomorrow. Oh, let me see here. Spartacus, we're being replaced in all aspects. Yes, to some extent, from bricklaying to wife. Roofy dropping it. From bricklaying to wife laying. That's what scares me. Already competing with latex rods. What's next? Oh, man. Spartacus, you are awesome, man. Kindness better. Dial that diving game. Yes, B-Drive as well. All right, guys, tomorrow's show. My creativity exploded with one simple mindset shift. We're going to talk about that on tomorrow's show, guys, around my creativity. Yes, mine. One simple mindset shift. Yeah, I learned how to roll a bigger blunt. Yeah, that's what it was. Just fucking, I was able to stuff more cannabis in the leaf. That was the mindset shift. Yeah, true story. Just fucking rolled up a big blunt. Let's go. There's my creativity. Joking, guys. Come on. You guys all been here long enough. Although I do like my cannabis, but that wasn't the mindset shift, though. No, that wasn't the mindset shift, though. And tomorrow, Jones Laughlin. Not James, Jones. Yeah, Jones Laughlin, tomorrow, right here. All right, Spartacus. Dude, I appreciate you. You subscribe to the channel. You guys can do it as well. Mornings in the Lab, subscribe, like, tell your friends. The greatest morning show we get after it every single day. Spartacus will be here tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern time. LinkedIn, YouTube, and X. I'm your host, Keith Bilous. My brother from another mother, John Anderson, is here as well. Spartacus, I appreciate you. B-Drive, Lady Drew, Adam Holroyd, Kindness Rising, Matt Roof, Jimmy, Melissa, everybody that showed up today, lots of love from me to you. I'm getting out of here. It's time for me to go. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Less than 24 hours. Mornings in the lab with Keith, John, and friends right here. Jimmy, we'll see you guys tomorrow, guys.
Turning ideas into millions isn't luck. It's mastering the business mindset. Identify real problems, think long-term, and prioritize relentless execution over perfect ideas. Embrace fear, act before you're ready, and commit to constant learning and growth. Shift from operator to leader by building systems, seeking mentors, and obsessively focusing on your customers. Millions start with mindset. Are you ready? On the next Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends, we break it all down live at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.